In today's episode, we're going to talk about how often you should clean your waterfall filter, warranty on pond liner, and external pumps versus submersible pumps. Let's kick the show off with a question right off the get-go. Here's a question I get all the time because of our Helix waterfall filters with their air assist cleaning cycles and so forth. And I get people sending me emails, hey, I'm interested in the Helix waterfall technology, but I'm getting mixed signals here because I'll read one manufacturer's suggestion on cleaning waterfall filters and they're like, clean it once or twice a year. And when we have all this fancy technology for cleaning the waterfall filters, why do I need it for only cleaning once or twice a year? So our recommendations, they're a little bit different because we want you to clean that waterfall filter more frequently, once a month. Some of our clients clean it twice a month, not twice a week. It really is dependent on your system and how many fish you have in the pond and how often you're feeding. A lot of things will factor on how frequently you should clean the waterfall filter, but I'm a big fan of cleaning that thing several times a year, like once a month at least. Now, it might be a little bit different for someone who lives in Illinois or Michigan. A lot of the manufacturers are from those cold climates where they might only have 6 months of an actual pond season, and for 6 months the system is just completely shut down. So when you start the pond off, a brand new pond off, you get it kick-started, it usually takes 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks to get that waterfall filter running. And then, 4 months later, the whole system's shut down. So I can kind of see where some of those manufacturers would recommend it that way, but I want to give you a blanket across the nation kind of figure is clean that waterfall filter at least once a month. When you kickstart the thing, wait 4 to 6 weeks to even get it started before you even think about touching it, and then go from there. So that's why that would be my answer to that for the cleaning cycles. But in California, I'm feeding my fish right now. It's in January. It's beautiful outside. It's 80-degree weather, and we're feeding the fish still right now. So you can't just tell someone who's in California or in Florida to just clean their filters once a year. I'm going to move on to the next question. This is a tricky one. This is a good one. This is from a John in Banning, California, and he comes into my facility on a Saturday, and he wants to talk about pond design. He says to me, Eric, I was talking to one of your competitors, and he says that if I put a bottom drain in the pond and I cut a hole in the liner, it's going to void the warranty on the liner. How do you get around voiding the warranty on your customer's liner on your ponds? And it was funny. I'm sure I kept my cool. I probably smiled a little bit because I just thought it was ridiculous that a contractor, any contractor that would say that is either A, doesn't know how to install a bottom drain, B, doesn't want to install a bottom drain, or C, can't install a bottom drain for whatever reasons, the affiliations and companies that he's dealing with. And it's ridiculous to me that they would use a scare tactic like that to talk them out of doing a bottom drain. If you want to put a bottom drain on your pond, then put a bottom drain on your pond. If you're cutting a hole in the liner, whether it's the bottom of the pond or in the side of the pond where you're cutting a hole in the liner to attach the skimmer, you're still cutting a hole. And then you're puncturing holes for the mechanical attachment. You're putting a sealant on there to make it waterproof. Or if you're puncturing the liner up at the waterfall filter where you're doing that attachment, you're still cutting the liner, you're still puncturing holes in there. And so what does it matter whether it's at the top where the waterfall is, at the side of the pond where the skimmer, or in the very bottom of the pond where you're putting a bottom drain? If you're doing it correctly, you're not going to be voiding the warranty. And let me tell you this, in my career, it's been about 20 years now, I've never, ever, knock on wood, had to give a warranty on pond liner. The pond liner that we use is just so durable and strong. It's crazy. I've had it damaged from some moles on occasion or a little ground squirrel. I mean, it's been damaged like that, but not just from being put in the ground with rock and stone on it and cutting a hole for a mechanical attachment. You never have to do anything like that. So, John, let's put a bottom drain in your pond and not worry about it, okay? I'm going to work on to the next question, which is external pumps versus submersible pumps. And I think this is a question I get asked quite a bit when we're doing design work for people out of state or in state. People come in and they're kind of kicking things around. The external pond pump in the beginning costs you a little bit more money to get it installed on your pond because you have to put it over remotely, you have to do more plumbing, you have to get more fittings. So it does take more time and labor to get it installed. So that's always a question, like, well, do I really need to spend the extra money for this external pump versus the submersible pump? I'll tell you this, I have a submersible pump out in my landscape out here. It's 15 years old, not submersible, I apologize. An external pump, it's 15 years old, it's sitting in the landscape, and it's still running like a charm. I know of ponds that are 20 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, with the same external pump still servicing that system 24/7, continuous duty, working the pond, and it's doing fine. I even have knowledge of an external pump that is 25 years old. I gotta pin the guy down, get to his place, because I want to do some type of episode on location and show you that pump that's 25 years old still working. Submersible pumps, typically 3 to 5 years is the lifespan that we're getting out of a submersible pump. There's rare cases where you'll go 7 to 10 years, but it's pretty rare. With external pumps, you're getting that long return on investment, so it's worth it on the get-go to get it installed. I will say there's a lot of, for instances, that a submersible pump just makes more sense. So oftentimes when I'm doing design work for a client, I'm gonna suggest that they put a submersible pump either for ease of installation, or it might be in a small courtyard where, you know, the external pumps do have a slight hum, but if you hide them remotely and do some disguise work around them, you don't really hear them. But in a small courtyard with walls, you might be able to hear that hum. So there's a few instances that I do that. Another big factor for me using external pumps whenever I can is because they save a lot on electricity as well. So not only are you saving every single month on using an external pump over submersible pump for energy efficiency, but you're getting that long lifespan as well. I want to end the episode today with asking you a question. You know how we like to do that. I want to know what your favorite YouTube segment is on our channel. Is it the koi discussions? Is it the ponds gone wrong? Is it the tutorial videos that we do? I want to know what it is that you like especially, so maybe we can focus some more of that on in the future. If you're not subscribing to our channel, please do me a favor and hit this button right here and subscribe to our channel and check things out. Put your answer to my question in the YouTube comments right down here below. And if you want me to answer your specific question, what I want you to do is put hashtag asktheponddigger, put it on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and I will find your questions and I'll do my best to answer them right here on the show. Until next time, I'm Eric Triplett, the Pond Digger, and I hope you dig ponds as much as I do.